Good evening. How are you doing, guys? Hello. I need to be more serious tonight. How you guys doing? Is everything okay? We're live. It's another Sunday afternoon live here on the channel. And as we do every year, traditionally, I have to dress up to look a little more cool, right? And I have to put on my glasses to look smart, right? Like this. But what you guys can see is that, I mean, I look like Chicken Little when I am wearing these glasses, and I'm actually wearing shorts below this, but this is something you guys don't see. Thank God. How you guys doing? Guys, today is a special day because it's elections in Brazil. It's elections in all the states of São Paulo, all the states of Brazil, in São Paulo specifically. I'm talking about mayor elections, elections for the city hall of Brazil. And of course, we're going to cover the elections of my country, of Brazil, because the results always impactate on lifestyle. You guys know everything that happens in a city, in a state, is affected by the people you choose to lead you, right? I can see there are a few people here with me already. So let me know if my microphone is working well, please. If it's not, let me know because I'm going to make the proper adjustments. Tisha is here. How are you, Tisha? Everything's okay. Thank you very much. Good to see you here. Tisha is a very important card in our game, always with us, always supporting the channel. I appreciate you, Tisha. Hope your shoulder is okay. How is everything there? How is your shoulder? I want to know. Good, wonderful that the mic is working. So we are ready and set to start covering the elections of 2024. So nice to see you here, guys. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Last time I had this coverage, it was for the Brazilian election for the president. And I had my wife with me. She was working with me here. So too bad she's not here today. She's in Peru. Probably she's not watching me because she might be working on her things and also touring around the city. She said that she was going to explore Lima a little. Too bad we couldn't go with her. But I just want to send my regards and my love to her back in Lima. Okay, so you guys, you will have to put up with me for this hour or two that we're going to cover the elections, not only in São Paulo, not because I live in São Paulo and I am Paulista. I'm going to be talking about São Paulo. I'm going to be talking about the whole Brazil because I'm following here the elections through the website of CNN, and they show numbers in real time once it starts. Of course, I think it's about to start, to be honest with you, because the elections finished at 5 o'clock. I believe in most places was like this. Some of them was a little earlier than that, right? Oi, Mark, back home from out of town work. Miss you on the stream. Hoping everything is doing well. Thanks for being here, Bill. Always a pleasure to have you here. Always a pleasure to have you guys. You guys are the first ones to step up and talk to me. You guys are essential for the live streaming. And all of you who are watching, but normally don't talk. So thank you very much for being here. Oh, it's almost 100% your shoulder. That's very good. Do you feel any pain? Do you feel weird when you do this spin your shoulder like this? How is the feeling? I just want to start the live by thanking all of you for the subscription on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. You know, your subscription increases the volume of the channel and makes us relevant, right? Oh, there's a flag here that cannot be hidden. This beautiful one here is going to be right here. So you guys are essential. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for everything. I just want to start the live streaming by establishing some rules here. If you are new here, welcome. This is a very passionate channel about Brazil and about everything that happens inside this country. That includes the culture, the politics, and everything. Even though I cover the politics, as I explained at the beginning, because everything that happens in your life comes from the leadership you choose. That's what I think. So I just want to say that we're going to cover the elections here. So if you are Brazilian, hold your horses, okay? We are not defending anybody. I'm not a pro left, pro right channel, nothing like this. I support my country, period. Okay, I'm not here to defend this particular candidate or that particular candidate. If you think I'm doing this, I'm sorry, but that's not the point. That's not you are out of point here. The point here is to show the foreigners what's going on in Brazil in real time. So I'm going to present to you a lot of things about the election, the numbers and everything, but we are going to do this in a very polite way and neutral. I'm not going to root for anybody or show my affection for anybody, just to show you what's going on for us to understand uh, uh, how things will be in the city and in many cities in Brazil from now on. If you are a foreigner, welcome to the channel. We are a channel that talks about Brazil in English. English is the main language here. However, I have my own private or in group starting by next year Brazilian Portuguese course created by myself. I'm also an author because I have a background experience teaching the English language here in Brazil. I've been doing this since I was 20. I'm 44. Crunch the numbers and you'll see my experience. So now I have created my own Brazilian Portuguese course, which is a success. The people who take classes with me, they love it. In 3, 4 months, the guys are already communicating in Brazilian Portuguese. Ask me how I did this. I will tell you, but I will tell you if you send me a direct message on Instagram and we talk about the Brazilian Portuguese course. I will eventually stop teaching because I'm going to become a businessman selling the products that I have here in Brazil. But you still have time to study with me if you want to do it. And I'm still opening private classes and charging you for hour. So just to send me a direct message, I will explain everything. Okay, another thing that I want to say, the focus here, even though I put the thumbnail from the politicians of São Paulo, because that's where I live and that's the most important city economically speaking in São Paulo, and probably one of the, if not the biggest one in South America. But I want to show you everything. As I have all the results, I'm going to constantly give you information about São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Belo Horizonte, which is in Minas Gerais, Salvador, Bahia, all the capitals, right? Fortaleza, Ceará, which, by the way, we were there like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like this. Manaus, which is in Amazonas, the north. Curitiba, Paraná, Recife, Pernambuco. So I'm telling you the name of the cities and the name of the state in which they belong. Porto Alegre, which is in Rio Grande do Sul, the state that was affected by the floods, right? Belém, the capital of Pará, which is also a very big state in the north. Goiânia, the capital of Goiás. São Luís, which is in Maranhão. Campo Grande, Mato Grosso, Maceió, Alagoas. So if you want to learn about what's going to happen in Brazil from now on, stay here with us, but participate, ask me questions. It's very important that you interact with me and I don't have to keep talking like a machine. Okay? It's very important. I'm open for your questions. I'm open for discussions. Oh, but Mark, I want to ask you something that is not connected to the elections. Should I wait for another one? No, you can ask me now. We are here to discuss. We're here to have a conversation, to catch up. Okay? Tisha is answering my question about the shoulder. Yes, it feels weird. Sometimes I can hear the joint. Yeah, it happens to me. I don't have metal. I have plastic. I have 3 plastic pins here and stitching. But I sometimes I'm moving my arm and I have the feeling that it comes out of the socket. It's a weird sensation. And I have to say, Tisha, the more weight training you do, the better. I had been away, absent from the gym for I think 2 or 3 months because I was dedicating to concluding, to wrapping up the Brazilian Portuguese course. And I started feeling pain. I started feeling like the shoulder was gonna come off. I had the feeling that the shoulder was making noise. So when I got seriously, I told my wife, tomorrow I'm back to the gym, no matter how busy I am. I separated 1 hour and I went for weight training. So I started pumping iron very carefully. But you don't believe it. The same night, I felt like another person, a different person. So the shoulder was much better. The other morning, no more sounds, no more weird feeling. It was just great. So my recommendation for you, you gotta go to the gym. Once the doctor allows you, go to the gym. That's the thing that you gotta do for everything, actually, not only for this problem. Guys, I don't know if you guys are aware. First of all, I was thinking of inviting Brad Zuka to do this kind of election shows. He's much funnier than me, much more interesting. Maybe if you guys send me a message there and you approve this, maybe next time we can have a live streaming with Brad Zuka. But I'm gonna take a break. He comes. He replaces me because I work much more than he does, right? And Brad Zuka can present the next election. Every 2 years we have election in Brazil. Just reminding you guys, the election is mandatory in the country. So it's not like this. I go if I want to. You can decide and stay home, but if you do it, you have to pay a fine, which is, I think, I learned today is R$ 3 and something. But you need to pay a fine because if you don't regularize your situation with Justiça Eleitoral, the electoral ministry here, you won't be able to get passport to do a lot of civic things. So voting is mandatory. Not quite 1 year since the accident. Yes, bring Brad. He's missed. Definitely, Brad is gonna be, guys, back more effectively from now on. I really like him. I think he's an important character for the channel. At least he breaks the ice, in my opinion, right? For a lot of things, and he brings very relevant information. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him more regularly now. I was thinking of separating just a show for him inside the channel, but this is something to be thought of because the numbers are really important. If I have a good return on his work, of course I'm gonna have him more, right? But wow, Jesus Christ, take a look, guys. I don't know if you are aware, but we'll talk about Brad later on. But as you know, everything in Brazil is electronic, especially the election. So the poll is electronic. We have some machines where you go and you punch in your candidate and you confirm, and it automatically goes to the system. Some people will say, this is great for fraud. But this is another discussion. That's not the point here. It has been like this ever since I was, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago or more. But I think last time the vote was in paper was maybe in the 90s. It was a long time ago. So now we have machines. And because of that, of course, the speed of the checking will be faster, right? So the election finished at 5 o'clock in São Paulo, for example. We have already 0.01% of all the machines checked, right? So now, and this is really coming out right now, we have the candidates, the current governor, mayor of São Paulo. I'm sorry, it's not a government election; it's a city hall election. So the mayor Ricardo Nunes has 41.33%, 224 votes. Remember, it's very early to say anything, just starting. Ricardo Nunes um, is the current mayor. He took over because the other mayor, Bruno Covas, unfortunately passed away like his grandfather. His grandfather was the governor of São Paulo, and he was a very good governor, by the way. Which the late Mario Covas. He passed away on cancer, and the story repeated itself because Bruno Covas was diagnosed with cancer and also passed away about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. So Ricardo Nunes was the vice mayor, and he took over when the guy passed away, unfortunately. And he's been working a lot with the governor. This is something that he says a lot, and the governor himself said, the governor Tarcísio, who is a supporter of Jair Bolsonaro, the former president. So he says that Ricardo Nunes is a guy that works with him a lot as the mayor. He, according to the governor, is essential for the continuation of all the projects that the governor is putting in place. Right, guys? I'm talking about the expansion of the subway, many transportation projects like new trains to connect São Paulo to countryside cities. So he is leading as of yet. And then we have Guilherme Boulos. This is the candidate of President Lula, okay, a left party, Partido Socialismo e Liberdade, which is PSL, right? I forgot to say Ricardo Nunes is Movimento Democrático Brasileiro, or we call MDB, which are the initials of the party. So he's got 30.07% of all the votes so far, 163 votes. Pablo Marçal, I will speak about him very soon. Partido Renovador Trabalhista Brasileiro, or PRTB, has got 20.48% of all the votes. Other than this, guys, if we look at the whole thing, we have other candidates as well. One second, please. This election of mayor, I want to call your attention because has been marked for a lot of interesting things. First of all, the debates were pretty heated. I'm going to confess I didn't watch any of them. I was not only super busy, but I was following things through the newspapers on the following day. So I didn't get to see the videos and the debates on TV, but I heard a lot about it. And to be honest with you, it was a very interesting debate, or they were very interesting debates, because I'm talking about some weird things. There's this candidate called Pablo Marçal. He is a coach, or he says former coach. He is known for attracting crowds to his lectures. He got rich like this, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a very famous name in Brazil because then again, he attracted crowds to his lectures all the time. He decided to run for mayor, okay? And when he did it, um, he said himself, "Look, I don't have, I don't have good chances in this run, so I need to stand out, right? Because he said he doesn't have the same funds that the other candidates did. So he became the guy to create some polemic. He was the guy who attacked the current mayor, who really pointed the finger to their faces and said the things about them, to a point, guys. The debates became a UFC. So, okay, I'm not saying that there was aggression. Yes, there was that once, but things got so heated. The guys had to intervene all the time. The journalists, the mediators say, "Guys, cool off. We need to move on. We need to talk about proposals." But it was getting harder and harder. To a point, guys, Pablo Marçal, this guy I'm talking about, provoked a guy. One of the candidates was José Luis da Atena, who is a famous TV host here in Brazil. He is famous for those police shows that we see on TV, where he follows the police, he films or he narrates everything that happens in the favelas. When there is a bank robbery, his team is there. So he got famous for the police journalism. Um, to the point he said, "Look, I'm tired of this. I wanna do something for my city. I wanna be." First of all, he tried to be a politician in many other elections, but for some reason, maybe family pressure, he always gave up. Always. There were two or three elections that he said, "No, I'm gonna run for senator. I'm gonna run for this. I'm gonna run for that." Always gave up on the last moment. Finally decided to run for mayor of São Paulo. And today he admits it was a bad judgment on his part because he doesn't have much or many chances to succeed in this competition, right? The candidates that are on the front are Ricardo Nunes, Pablo Marçal, the former coach, and Guilherme Boulos, the candidate defended by the president Lula, a leftist, right? But let me tell you about the candidates. I forgot to tell you this. We have Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor of São Paulo. We have Pablo Marçal, the former coach, and also a polemic figure like Conor McGregor inside the UFC. If you guys follow this, you know what I'm talking about. We have José Luiz da Atena, who is the former police TV host, right? Or TV host from a police show. We have what else? We have Guilherme Boulos, the candidate defended or supported by the current president Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. We have Tabata Amaral, who is a PSB candidate, um, studied at Harvard, if I'm not mistaken. And we have Marina Helena from the Novo party. Okay, the Novo has an interesting policy. They don't accept to receive public money for campaigns. For that reason, they depend upon the public support to be able to participate in the ballots, to participate in the debates, because normally televisions just show the candidates that have some significance. If they do, they don't participate. So differently from the United States, which is usually Democrats and Republicans, here we have a lot of parties. So the Novo party, Novo in Portuguese, or in English would be new. uh, Novo is a new party created to bring a solution for the Brazilian politics, according to them, which is we do not accept the public fund to support our campaigns. Let me explain this a little bit more. Today I'm gonna need water. That's why I have 3 bottles here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead. Oh, we have Uchika Itachi. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Nunes will win comfortably. I'm not sure about that, buddy. I'm not sure about that because all the polls were saying, all the surveys they were having, they were saying that we're gonna have the runoff. And the interesting thing, we'll see which one will go, because we have 3 guys. 2 of them are technically tied, which is Ricardo Nunes and Pablo Marçal. Pablo Marçal, again, the Conor McGregor of the competition, because he came out of the bottom, became top, right? He and Gary had a lot of support, maybe because of the way I I have heard. I don't want to state this because I don't want to put myself in trouble, but I have heard he said, "Look, this is the only chance that I got. I need to become a character here." Like Conor McGregor says he did. He was a character inside the UFC. So he says, "You guys need to see me because otherwise I'm not going to have TV time. I'm not going to have a much focus on me. I'm going to go for the confrontation." And that's what he did. He went for confrontation. So he now is technically tied with Ricardo Nunes, no, Guilherme Boulos, which is the president of the candidate supported by the president Lula, and Ricardo Nunes is ahead. But win comfortably, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen, right? So you see, things change a lot because it's still very early, very premature. Just 0.02% of all the machines checked. The situation right now is, let's see, for mayor, they are changing a lot. 1 second, guys, because just for you to know, this election is for mayors and for city councilors. Okay, which we call vereadores, the people of the local city hall I don't know if you say chamber, right? Maybe Congress. I don't know. The city councilors. All right. Bill is saying my favorite musician Sergio Mendes in Brazil 66 died September 5th. Yeah, I think I was live on the 6th of September, Bill, when he had passed away. Yes, I think I was live talking to you guys, and somebody brought to my attention that Sergio Mendes was gone. That's a pity. That's a shame, right? Too bad. Okay, guys, let me get back here. So, okay, as I said, things change a lot. Ricardo Nunes is ahead now, 41.33%. Second comes Pablo Marçal, 20.48%. And then Datena, 1.85%. Then we have two other guys that are there is a guy here that had his candidacy canceled. I don't know why. Called Bebeto Haddad, Ricardo Senesi. These guys didn't even participate in debates. 0%. Guilherme Boulos, the leftist candidate supported by Lula, the president, 30.07%. So as you can see, we have Ricardo Nunes, 41.33. We have 30.07% in for Guilherme Boulos, and we have still 20.48% for Pablo Marçal. So these three it's gonna be a clash of titans, I would say. Tabata Nunes, 5.54% so far. Marina Helena from the Novo Party, 0.74%. We have two other guys. João Pimenta from the Partido Comunista. I think it's PCO, if I'm not mistaken. 0%. Altino Prazeres, PSTU, 0% so far. Okay, but this is São Paulo. Uchiha, I guess. If you want to see a comfortable win, you need to see, buddy, the election in Rio. I'm going to tell you in a minute, because in Rio, all the pre-polls that I saw, the service, the current mayor had like 60% of the intentions of vote against 15 from the second. So I think it will go on the first run, this one. Isn't Bolsonaro backing Nunes? Yes, Bolsonaro is backing Nunes, and there was a kind of an embarrassing situation because Pablo Marçal, this McGregor from the Paulista elections, was a guy that wanted the support of Jair Bolsonaro because he is also a right-wing candidate. So he thought, and he said, I think he was the best option for the people who support Jair Bolsonaro, because Bolsonaro has a crowd of supporters here in Brazil. And he was always requesting this support from the former president. However, the support went to Ricardo Nunes because he's aligned with Tarcísio, who is the governor, the current governor of São Paulo, and consequently, Jair Bolsonaro, who is also aligned with Tarcísio. Tarcísio says, I am just in São Paulo. I'm just the governor because of Jair Bolsonaro. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. So, yes, Bolsonaro supports, or he backs Nunes not Pablo Marçal. Pablo Marçal got really pissed off at this. He got really disappointed because he expected um, Jair Bolsonaro to support him, right? Uh, Now, let's suppose that Ricardo Nunes doesn't win, or he doesn't go for a runoff, and Marçal does. So then I think this support will go for the candidate of what is the name of his party again? PRTB, which is Pablo Marçal. Then even the governor of São Paulo, he has already said, okay, if it's Marçal versus Guilherme Boulos, the left, I'm gonna go for Marçal, of course, because Marçal is aligned with our ideas, even though my candidate is Ricardo Nunes. Okay. All right, but this is São Paulo. Let me go back a little and let me show you the results of other capitals. So I'm just gonna show you guys because I want to cover everything here. I'm just gonna show you or tell you about the ones that are leading right now, not all the other ones like I did with São Paulo because I didn't follow the other the other run, so I don't have property to tell you much about them. So Rio de Janeiro, 0.03% of all the machines checked. Eduardo Paes, the current mayor of Rio de Janeiro, has got 58.24% of all the votes. Alexandre Ramagem from Partido Liberal, or PL, has 36.11% of all the votes. And in third comes Tarcísio Mota from the Partido Socialismo e Liberdade, PSL, Brazil, 2.31% of all the votes. Belo Horizonte, 0.27% of all the machines checked. We have Bruno Engler from PL, 33.05% of all the votes so far. Fuad Noman from PSD, 30.27% of all the votes. And Duda Salabert, Partido Democrático Trabalhista, or PDT, 11.44% of all the votes. This is for Belo Horizonte, the capital of Minas Gerais. If you guys don't know, in the southeast we have 4 states: São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, and Espírito Santo, okay, which means Holy Spirit. Believe me, it's the name of a state. So the 4 states of the south, okay? Salvador, Bahia, in the northeast, 0.32% of all the machines checked. We have Bruno Reis leading. Wow, this is a big margin. Bruno Reis is leading. He's from União Brasil. This is the name of the party. 79.39% of all the votes. Kleber Rosa comes in second place, second position with 10.76% of all the votes. He's from PSL, the party. We have Geraldo Júnior in third, coming with 9.37%. He's from MDB, Movimento Democrático Brasileiro, okay? Guys, if you have questions, go ahead. If you want to send a super chat to support the channel, support this channel, go ahead, send a super chat. It's going to be very welcome. Remember, all the money that you send to the channel is used with the channel. We have been investing on the channel. You're going to have some interesting news in terms of equipment. You will love it, okay? If you want to become a member, and thank you for all the members who support this channel, go ahead, check the 3 categories we have, which is a tourist on the channel, a resident on the channel, and a citizen. Every of these 3 categories has interesting perks that are exclusive for you guys, for the support that you guys give. I want to say I have a lot of material to upload. I have produced, but I haven't uploaded. I'm going to do this very soon. Thank you very much. Sometimes we produce extra videos just for the members of the channel to thank you for all the support. You know, we consider the channel a job, a company. So with your support, our clients, we go up, and above, right? Or up and away, as Superman would say. And then the fourth most important capital in terms of population, which is Fortaleza, the city we visited 2 weeks ago. Fortaleza, Ceará, 0.74% of all the ballots, right? We have the candidate André Fernandes from PL, 37.48% of the votes checked. Evandro Leitão in second place with 37.15%. He's from the PT, Partido dos Trabalhadores, left, the same party of President Lula. And we have José Sarto, 11.86%. He's from the PDT, Partido Democrático Brasileiro. In Manaus, 17.88% of all the ballots, all the machines. David Almeida from Avante, the party, 31.28% of all the votes. Second place, Capitão Alberto Neto, captain, he's probably a military guy, 25.92% of the votes. And third place, Amon Mandel from Cidadania, who has 19.35%. If you guys want to know any city in specific, please let me know. I'm here to communicate with you all, and I'm going to bring you specifically the capital or the city that you are asking, okay? Curitiba, Paraná, 13.70% of all the machines checked, 33.59% for Cristina Graemel. She's from Partido da Mulher Brasileira. This is new. I didn't know we had a party only for the Brazilian women. That's very interesting. Second, Eduardo Pimentel in Curitiba, Paraná. Okay, guys. 31.43%. He is coming in second. And third place, Luciano Ducci, which is 19.69%. Then we have Recife, the capital of Pernambuco, in the northeast. This is going to be also an easy win, probably, if things still remain like this. João Campos, who is the son of a politician who unfortunately passed away in a tragic airplane accident, which was Eduardo Campos, if I'm not mistaken. His father was going to compete against Dilma Rousseff and all the other candidates at the time, and his plane fell here in São Paulo, victimizing not only him, but all the people that were inside. It was a private plane, but I think 6 people died. So João Campos went to the politics. He's, I think, the current mayor of Recife. And look at his numbers, 75.35% of all the votes, 1,871 votes of 0.26% of the machines. The second place is Gilson Machado. Gilson Machado from Partido Liberal or PL, 15.14%. 376 votes against 1,871 from the current mayor, João Campos. And the funny thing, this guy is a boy. He's really young. I think he might be in his 20s, early 20s, something like this. So if he's being voted again, it's because he's been doing a good job there, apparently. Third place for the Recife run is for Dani Portela, a girl, right? Partido Socialismo e Liberdade, or PSL, 5.11% of all the votes so far, 127 votes. Just reminding you guys, the ballots finished at 5 o'clock, or the time that was available for us to go vote. I think some states had different scheduling, but normally 5 o'clock was the limit. Some of them finished before, like São Paulo, I think it was 5 o'clock. So it's 5:56, and we are already checking these numbers. Just for you to see that when something is digital, it's much faster, right? Then we have Porto Alegre. Porto Alegre hasn't started yet, so maybe they have a different time period there. When I say time period, time to finish, right? Because it's 0% for everywhere. In Belém, the capital of Pará, 14.98% of the machines. That is 423 machines out of 2,823. Even the number of the machines, I can tell you. Igor is leading the competition, 43.66% or 51,990 votes. Second place is the sheriff delegado Éder Mauro, 31.76%, and third place is Edmilson Rodrigues. This is from Belém, the capital of Pará. Then we have Goiânia with 0.10%, São Luís 0.97% of all the machines, Campo Grande from Mato Grosso do Sul, the state, 2.91%, Maceió, the capital of Alagoas, no, it hasn't opened, not yet. There are a few that haven't, Teresina, Piauí, nothing. Natal, in Rio Grande do Norte, 2.63% of all the machines. Paulinho Freire is leading, 43.48%. Second place, Natalia Bonavides, 27.80%. And third place, Carlos Eduardo, 25.59%. All right? I'm going to update you all when the numbers are higher. I think it's interesting to tell you the party that is going to lead that specific city, right? We have Sergipe, so the city of Aracaju in Sergipe, Florianópolis in Santa Catarina, the capital of Santa Catarina, which is the second state of the South. 7.50% of all the votes counted. So 57.08% goes to Topazio, a candidate of the party PSD. Marquito is second place, 25.30%. And third place is Dario, 5.95%. Okay? So I want to go back to São Paulo, which still has 0.01% of all the machines counted. No, it might not be this. Let me update the numbers. Better. I just needed to refresh my navigator, my browser. 0.72% of the machines, not even 1% yet. 192 machines out of 26,513. Well, do you guys have time? You have anything to do? Want to go to the bathroom? Want to grab a cup of coffee? Maybe something to eat? Because it's going to take a while. No, I'm kidding. This is normally very fast. Look at the competition. It's getting very interesting. Ricardo Nunes, 29.88%, 13,160 votes. And then we have Pablo Marçal, second place, 29.57%. I repeat, Ricardo Nunes, 29.88%. Pablo Marçal, 29.57%. And Guilherme Boulos, 27.55%. They're going to fight vote by vote in this run, you can be sure. And I think we won't be able to know who is going to compete against who up until the last lap. So it's going to be an interesting race here, just like when we had Ayrton Senna running for us. They're probably going to decide the competition in the last minute, okay? You guys are too quiet. I'm talking too much. Nobody's communicating with me. Nobody wants to ask anything. Come on, go ahead. If you want to do it, be my guest. So as I was saying, Pablo Marçal brought a lot of arguments to the debates. Some candidates got really pissed off at what Marçal had to say. Datena, in particular, the guy from the TV, remember? To the point, he got very close to Pablo Marçal in one debate. Like he stared at Marçal very close, as if he wanted to provoke for a fight or something. But that happened later. I think on the following or two debates later, Marçal brought an accusation to José Luis da Atena, the TV guy, the former uh, po- police show host, because one of the girls who worked with Datena accused him of sexual harassment. And she went to the media and said the guy forced his way with her, sent her inappropriate messages on her cell phone. And then things got an interesting turn because she ended up giving up on the lawsuit against her former boss. And when people asked her why, she said, "No, I'm just a small David fighting Goliath, so it's not gonna be a problem, possible to beat this guy." But for some other people, she said, "Look, I exaggerated, so I don't know exactly what happened." But they ended up filing or how can I say, canceling the lawsuit against Datena. So Marçal brought this to a debate, which infuriated his José Luis Datena, his opponent, because Datena said, because of these accusations, my mother-in-law passed away. Because he said that he came as a bomb to my family. My mother-in-law got sick because she really thought I had done these things against my wife, which was her daughter, and she ended up passing away. So he got so infuriated, he got the stool that he was sitting on, and he went against Marçal and he hit him. When he hit him, Marçal blocked the blow like this, but he hit his arm and his back. And they had to stop the debate to contain José Luis da Atena. And Pablo Marçal also stayed a little. So Datena was expelled. He was kicked out of the debate. I don't know if you guys saw this because I think he ran the world, the images. Too bad I don't have the possibility to share the screen with you here because I would show you this. He hit Pablo Marçal with the stool and he was kicked out of the debate. He said, "I'm sorry, I lost it because my mother-in-law died because of those false accusations." And it really rubs me the wrong way when people talk about those accusations. Yes. Hi, German. How are you, man? Hope everything's okay there. So yes, believe me, it happened. But he said, "I don't regret having hit the guy with the stool. I should have done this before, believe me, because I wanted to defend my honor." So it got to this level, the debate in São Paulo. Uh, when I heard that had happened, I even lost all the interest of following the competition, the run, because I expect solutions, right? We're talking about a city like São Paulo, guys, who is the biggest in South America, probably one of the biggest in the world, 13 million people, an excellent subway system that keeps growing. New investments are coming, but we have problems as well. We have the homeless population that grows a lot, especially after the pandemic. I think everywhere you guys see, you have this kind of problems, right? In the neck of your woods, if you check in your city, you will have uh, uh, a slight perception or a big perception that there are more people living on the street. So the government needs to give an answer for this kind of things. The violence, the criminality. Oh, I know it's a metropolis. Everywhere has this. Okay, but what do you want to do to contain this? Okay, so I see some things being done. I see some bases being established in places that used to be violent. It's now you see a more effective police presence. But we have some other things. The education is something that needs to be improved. So instead of going there and debating these things, people prefer to attack one another, to debate, to call each other's names, right? Nickname. So when I saw that he had gotten to the level of getting a stool and hitting another person, another candidate, I said, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna follow these guys anymore," because that sucks. I think I have seen this video being shown in some international media. That's why I'm asking you guys if you have seen this because it was crazy. But the some people said that because of the stool hitting, Datena would have a significant margin of votes. We don't see that happening effectively, right? Datena is still appearing with a very low intention of votes here. We have some updates. 30% of the votes go to Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor. So that is 28,531 votes to be more specific. Guilherme Boulos, 27.30% Guilherme Boulos from PSOL, left wing party. 25,963. So we have these two guys. Pablo Marçal, 29.06%. 27,643. I told you this competition in São Paulo might be the most interesting of the country because it's going to go vote by vote. Vote by vote, definitely. José Luiz da Atena, the guy with the stool. 1.79% of the intentions. 1,698 only. The interesting thing that I said, sometimes people who have some fame, right? Because Datena is a public figure. If he goes to a shopping mall, probably a lot of people will stop him and say, "Oh, Datena, how are you?" Because they see him on TV on a regular basis. But something I have noticed in not only in this election but in many others, this is not a guarantee of election, of an easy thing. Definitely not. The last thing I saw this, at least for important or bigger positions like mayor, governor, president, maybe if you say a city councilor, that is really important. But I mean, the number of votes is smaller. So if you need a lower margin of votes, then they might be successful. But mayor, maybe senator, because Romário, a soccer player, became a senator in Rio. So, but mayor, governor doesn't happen very often. And I have seen famous people not being able to become city councilors. Believe me. So Marina from Novo, the party, 1.54%. Tabata Amaral, 10.16. Tabata is a candidate that grew a lot. She had lower margin of intentions and 10.16%. She's really good. I think she's really good for the expectations that people had. I think she's overcoming those. Um, but yeah, we need to focus on Ricardo Nunes, Guilherme Boulos, and Pablo Marçal, and definitely we're gonna have a runoff. This I bet we're gonna have a runoff. There's a National Museum of Brazil around here a number of years ago that had caught fire. Do you know if it was reopened? No idea. Oh yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes. It's been reopened. Yes. And it's more beautiful than it was, believe me. Because I remember watching a report on this. I don't remember the name of the museum. Museu do Rio. O Museu Nacional, claro, the National Museum. Yeah, beautiful place. I mean, I've never been there, but this is something I need to change, man. So close to São Paulo, and I go to Rio a lot. I need to change this. Yeah, 5 years. Let me see. If I think it was 5 years ago. Busca a restauração. 6 years ago. That's when it happened. 6 years after the fire, see how things are going. Oh, maybe in 2022. Let me see if I can put that in English so I don't have to translate simultaneously. I think there's a way. It's on my cell phone, right? Translate. Oh, yes. English. Oh, I love modernity. 6 years after the fire, see how the works at the National Museum are progressing, which is only expected to reopen. No, it hasn't reopened, man, in 2026. In 2022, the facade of the historic building and the front garden were handed over. A fire that occurred on September 2nd, 2018, destroyed 85% of the collection of 20 million items. Can you believe it? This was a tragic blow for the Brazilian culture. Exactly 6 years ago, the National Museum in San Cristóvão, in the north zone of Rio, caught fire, destroying 85% of its collection. Since then, the institution's management has been seeking resources for reconstruction work. With the facade of the historic building restored in 2022, along with the space's front garden, the expectation is that the site will be fully reopened to the public in the first half of 2026. Currently, the facades of the buildings behind are being restored. In addition, another restoration focus is on the top of the main staircase, right at the entrance to the museum, the installation of the skyline. The bones of a sperm whale, which was found in northern Ceará in 2020, will be hung there. Meanwhile, historians face the challenge of rebuilding the collections and the cost of reconstruction. That's such a shame, you know. We had a restoration in São Paulo to the Museum of Ipiranga, to the margins of where Dom Pedro I, this guy here, shouted for independence. And we had a lot of money coming from the private sector. I wish the companies participated more in the in projects like this, in restoring our memory, our history, our heritage, because this is us. This is who we are. You know what I mean? Today, we need more than 95 million reais, of which 50 million by November of this year, and another 45 million by February of next year. It's time for the business companies to help us too. That's exactly what I said. If unfortunately the government doesn't help the private sector, because look at what they've done to the Ipiranga Museum. Ipiranga Museum now receives a lot of visitors, much more than in the past, because it's much more interesting. It has so many other things for you to see. So far, in addition to the engineering and architecture works, the replicas of the statues that were on the upper part of the building have been replaced. The original sculptures will be placed when the museum works are complete. And it's such a beautiful place. If you look at that, guys, on your computer, I said computer and Alexa is working. Just a second. Wait 30 seconds. At the time of the fire, 85% of the collection destroyed by the fire. That's so sad, you know. And that's so sad. Look at that. 85% of the collection destroyed by fire. On September 2nd, 2018, a fire destroyed 85% of the collection. Most of the 20 million items, including documents, objects, fossils, mummies, furniture, art collection, and scientific studies, and caused damage to the palace. At the time of the fire, the hydrants around Quinta de Boa Vista had no water. Then the then commander of the fire department, Colonel Roberto Robadei Costa Jr., said that the lack of equipment delayed the fight against the fire by at least 40 minutes. Can you believe it? It was necessary to rely on water trucks and to draw water from the Quintas Lake. Reconstruction works began in November 2021 after 3 years of removing debris and containing the structure, in addition to the delays due to the pandemic. That's what pisses me off. Such a beautiful, rich country like ours doesn't separate money for this to make the heritage, the memory preserved. I love to go to the British Museum, you know. I saw a lot of interesting things there. And when I came to the Ipiranga Museum here, I saw nothing. I mean, before the restoration, right? So they have to do the same. Rio, especially Rio, it was the capital of our country, the capital of the empire of Brazil, when the Portuguese king Dom João VI lived here, running away from Napoleon. So Rio was the capital. It was elegant, you know what I mean? The budget announced for the recovery was of 380 million reais, of which 254 million was spent on the first phase of works, only the first phase. Yeah. 2 centuries of history. The National Museum is an autonomous institution, part of the Science and Culture Forum of the Federal University of Rio, and linked to the Ministry of Education. As a university museum linked to the Federal University of Rio, it has an academic and scientific profile. Yeah, too bad. So 2026, my friend. Tisha, thank you very much. Tisha has contributed with a super chat of $50. God bless you tremendously. Tisha, you are an incredible supporter of the channel, and I appreciate you for everything you do for us. Also a member. She's a citizen on the channel. Citizen is the biggest ranking category that we have here. Tisha, when you come to Brazil, let me know. I'd like to have dinner with you, my family, and you, and all together, Manu, because we want to show you how grateful we are for everything that you have been doing. We consider you part of an important roster here. Let us know, okay? Brazil has so many treasures. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Bill, for the questions, my friend, for the question about the National Museum. And how about you that is watching? Do you have anything to ask me? Go ahead. I'm not as smart, as clever as Brad Zuka, but I'm here. I can do my best, okay? And I will try to answer. If I don't have the possibility, I'm gonna go check the internet and let you know so that you have the answer that you are asking me. Let's see the polls in São Paulo again. You know, when you go to Rio, guys, you see, I'm just still talking about what Bill asked me. You see a lot of interesting architecture. Seriously, Rio is an amazing place. Amazing. There are a few things that bother me, though. If it weren't for them, I would definitely live in Rio. Definitely. I would. And this is something I told my wife before Manu was born, because I remember I graduated in 2012 from college, and I told her I want to go for master's degree at the university close to Flamengo Beach, which is close to the Sugarloaf Mountain. Let's live in Rio, and she had accepted because the city baffles me, you know, when I see the architecture so elegant from 2 centuries ago, right? Almost 2 centuries ago, I believe. No, 2 centuries ago. And I see the mix with the nature, with the, oh my God, with the trees. And Rio is, God was really inspired when he decided to make Rio. That's my opinion. So I definitely, I went to Biblioteca Nacional. They have the national library there. Too bad I couldn't go inside to the parts where the books are located. Nobody can, according to what the guy told me. But I could film, like, if you guys want to see, there are many videos about Rio on the channel. Go check. I could film the cover, right? The dome that is on top of the building. Beautiful. Everything's so beautiful, so elegant, you know. I think Rio deserves a better treatment, you know, more serious fighting against all the problems they face, you know. Coming from an island where hurricanes are a constant worry, I appreciate that Brazil uses similar form of construction to build with. Good, strong, stable construction. Yeah, Tisha, you are right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when ever since I was a kid, whenever you want to build something, I always saw my father say, "Oh, I need to buy bricks, I need to buy cement, I need to buy sand," and then they made that mix with the cement and the sand, and they made the cement, right, the concrete, and the stones, of course. And I always saw bricklayers working in my house. Oh, we need to expand this to put another room. So there you go, with call the truck with more sand. Later, when I started watching Discovery Home and Health, and I could see the American way of doing things, and then I fell in love with the American system. I always thought it was so practical. Have a big respect for the Americans because they're brilliant in so many things. Like they would put up a house with the wood and the drywall. And the funny thing, I lived in an apartment at the beginning of my marriage, and I told Tali, "Look, I wanna divide this room here and create a closet." Just like I was, yes, I was affected by Discovery Home and Health. I'm gonna be honest with you, Property Brothers, and so many other things. And then I had a long bedroom. Um, and guys, I divided. I mean, I cut a part of my bedroom, which was, remember, building. It was a building. It was a big apartment with 2 bedrooms. So I think I said, oh, this room is too big. I don't like to use wardrobes. I prefer the closet. I think it's much more elegant. I want to go inside. So I had a guy divide the bedroom with drywall. Oh, I fell in love with that, man. He was so fast. Like in 2 days, the guy had put a wall with an opening to put 2 doors, and I could open like this, and I had all my divisions for my shirts, my t-shirts, my shorts. I just love the drywall techniques, you know. I understand how strong and stable a construction made out of wood is, but based on my experience, if you want to renovate, you need to tear down a wall, and it's not an easy thing, man. You gotta get a sledgehammer, bah, bah, bah. So I think when I saw the guys renovating a house in the U.S., you just cut it with a box cutter, almost. So easy, you know. So there are advantages and disadvantages, I believe, right? Oh, Bermuda is the number one most expensive. Yeah, because everything flies in, right, from somewhere, probably from the U.S. No, sorry for my ignorance. A Bermuda citizen is an American citizen. Is it a protectorate from the United States? What is the situation actually? Because I remember one day you said that you had to be flown to a hospital in the US. So I want to know this. Speaking about the United States, I'd like to take an opportunity to express my feelings for all the victims of the floodings in the United States, Tennessee, and all the other states. I hope you guys are okay. I'm really sorry for all the losses, all the people who have lost their lives. May God comfort the relatives, the family members, and give you some directions. We are with you. I wish I could have a funding just to send you guys, like you did with my country, like you did with Rio Grande do Sul. So when I heard the same had happened to you guys, I was really sad. I was really sad. I saw some videos that really broke my heart. So guys, I just want you to know that I have you guys in my prayers. Hope you guys can recover from this really fast, and I hope your government can help you recover fast from this situation, because I know a lot of people have lost everything. uh why did you not move to Rio? Okay, first of all, I had the intentions at the time. I was 31 at the time, 32 actually. That's when I finished 2012. uh I wanted to rent my apartment in São Paulo and rent something there. So I wanted to keep it. But for some reason, I didn't think it was a good idea. I think because my wife got a job at the time that seemed to be interesting. I think I didn't have the courage to take the first step, right? I didn't have the courage. But I could have. I could have, because the University of Rio de Janeiro that I wanted to study at was really good. Really good. I wanted to study political economy. No, yes, political economy, because I fell in love with this subject at university. I have a graduation in international relations. So I fell in love when I had the class with that teacher, with that professor, and he talked about the Marshall Plan. He talked about Bretton Woods, and the dollar, and all the interesting things that used, like, the economy as a power. It's not only the military, it's economy is also a power. So, oh my God, I could speak about this for hours. So I told my wife I want to have a post graduation in political economy. I still do. I still want to do this one day, but just for fun, not for profession. When I make money with the plan that I have, I'm gonna go back to the university just to study that for pleasure, because it's amazing to study political economy and everything. So one of the reasons I didn't go out was the job that my wife got. I think the lack of courage. I think at that time I thought that maybe coming to São Paulo would be more interesting. It just happened 4 years later, Bill. I came back. I came to São Paulo from Guarulhos, where I lived, because I was born and raised in Guarulhos. And when I got married, I was still in Guarulhos. So it just happened in 2016, right? But I should have gone. It would have been interesting. Um, I don't know. Of course, we always hear about the violence in Rio, and they hear about the violence in São Paulo. So if you ask a carioca, they'll say São Paulo is more dangerous, and a Paulista will say, "I'll never go to Rio because of the violence." But people, they get too much connected or focused on TV. I'm not saying that problems don't exist. Of course they do. But if you just follow the television, man, you don't do anything. My father-in-law, for example, he lives on the coast of São Paulo. Last time we visited, I had a conversation with him. I was sitting on his couch there, and I asked him, "Man, when are you going to visit us back in São Paulo?" And he said, "Oh, Mark, I'm afraid of taking my car. and driving all the way to São Paulo. I could be robbed because I watched Datena, the politician that is competing. Remember I told you he has a a police show, a cop show on TV. I watched Datena and I see all this violence. I don't want to get out because it could happen to me. Jesus Christ, man. I told him, oh my God, man. Oh my God. You know, you guys are crazy. You guys get too much focus on this bullshit. Like something interesting when there was the NFL game here in São Paulo last month. Uh, there was something that one of the players saw that you can wear green. Remember, I even made a live to talk about this. You guys can't wear green because I don't know, you can't wear green. And then the guy said, I think it's because of the mob, the mafia. Jesus, he flew, mentally speaking. And he understood that, okay, if I cannot wear green, it's because of the mafia that exists in Brazil and controls everything. And I even explained during my live streaming, I said, guys, they're going to play in a stadium from a soccer team called Corinthians, who happens to have a rival called Palmeiras. Palmeiras has green. So they hate the color green because of their rival. And the guys hate the color black because of Corinthians. So it's just a sport thing. The guy imagined it was because of the violence, the mafia that controls São Paulo. What? So when all the fans of the Philadelphia Eagles came and the other team, I don't remember the name, forgot the name, Giants, maybe. When they came, they had a blast. They said, "I've never seen a public fans like the Brazilians. They chant the whole game. We were so very well welcome." And then the American reporter asked, "What do you have to say for the people who didn't come because they thought they would be killed?" And the guy said, a senior guy, okay, white hair, "You guys need to get out of Facebook. There are problems everywhere. Even in New York, if I don't know where I'm going, I'm gonna have trouble. Every big city is like this. Get out of Facebook. Facebook is stopping you from living." I was like, man, this guy deserves my praise, you know? Mark, you are very interesting. Oh, thank you very much, Bill. You are generous. Would love to meet you. Why not, man? When you come to Brazil, let me know. We're gonna make it happen, okay? Thank you very much for supporting us. Bill has come from being a subscriber from our friend Luciano Oliveira from Oliveira Lawyers. And ever since we had a partnership, a collab, Bill has been with us. And Bill, it's a pleasure to have you here, being part of this community, this family, this nation that I call Bill Nation that grows a little every day. Thank you very much. We are a small channel. I depend upon your support. And when I say support, it's not only financial. If you guys don't have any conditions to support, good. I'm fine with this. But watching the content, commenting on every video. If you binge watch my videos, you're helping me. Did you know that? Because you increase the numbers and YouTube pays me more. It's an easy math. So if you're doing nothing, guys, please go to your computer, choose one of the playlists and play Let It Roll night and day, night and day. Change to another playlist, okay? You will be helping us a lot. Tisha is saying, never allow anyone to dictate their perceptions onto you. It will only prevent you from growing, living a more enriched life. Boots on the ground travel is the number one way to grow and learn. I totally agree. I totally agree. Let's not be naive. If you come to Brazil think you're not going to have problems, you are being naive. But something I'm very impressed and I want to demystify with my channel is people think I would be killed anytime by living in São Paulo. Like whenever I hit the streets, I keep looking over my shoulders. No, let me tell you this. No, as we say in Portuguese. No, that doesn't happen. Not even in Rio. Of course, in Rio, I pay attention because I'm not a local. I don't know, even though I know the city very well, I don't know in details where I should go or not. So, as a tourist, I pay attention. But in São Paulo, that I know where I should go, what time I should go, what I should carry, no problem. But you have to be thinking about these things. No, guys. I'm just saying I'm going to use good judgment always. Okay, I'm not gonna be walking alone in certain parts of the city late at night because I know there will be criminality. Remember, robbers want an opportunity. Don't give this opportunity for the guys. That's all. But for example, sometimes I go to the cinema and I tell my wife, "Hey, do you want to go to the cinema?" "Oh, no, I'm not interested." "Manu, no, daddy." So I'm going. I go because I'm a member of Cinemark. I pay per month and I receive 2 tickets a month. I want to use them. So sometimes I go to the cinema, guys, 9 p.m. Sunday night. Arrive midnight. I mean, the movie finishes midnight. I will take the subway, not even the Uber. I'll take the subway. Arrive at my station here. Walk 10 minutes to my house. I will ride my bicycle any day here at night. You guys are a proof of what I'm saying. Just look how many bike vlogs I got at night. I got a foreigner asking me the other day, "Hey, you just make bike vlogs at night?" I said, "No, not really. It's just a coincidence because that's when I'm normally free. Not all the night, of course. Not every night. But I'm usually free at night because I finish some classes at 7, the days that I don't work at night, of course. So then I call my friends, let's go for a bike ride. By the way, I need to have another one, no? Oh, I kind of promised last live streaming that I was going to uh, release a Fortaleza video, but I'm a perfectionist. I saw the video and I kept tinkering with it. I'm still working on it. There's the Brad Zuka part to be recorded. I have called him already. Let's see, Monday. I intended to release on Monday the first video, the first vlog in Fortaleza. The scenery is outstanding. Please, I beg you, watch this video when I release. Watch, open your horizons. You're gonna see the city of Fortaleza and say, maybe one option for my visit in Brazil. Please watch. I'm begging. And when you do, write a comment. Whatever, even if you want to say nice, do it because the algorithm will understand it's relevant. Okay, and smash the like button. Let's go to the polls. I This break was really good because at least I can show you. I can give you time for the machines to be checked, right? Well, guys, remember to smash the like button here, please. Do not leave this live streaming without smash the like button. It's important. Do that for us. And if you guys want to send a super chat like Tisha did, appreciated, whatever the amount is, you're going to help the channel invest. We need a new computer. This is my target now, to buy a strong PC desktop to edit, to have the live streamings, but we're going to go baby steps, okay? So become a member. You can be helping us like this. Let's go. The numbers of the elections 2024. So far, in total, 29.11% of the machines have been checked. In São Paulo, the run goes like this. Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, 29.41% is still leading. 15, I'm not going to say the number of votes because it's going to take a long time. Then in second, we have Pablo Marçal, 28.73%. In third, we have Guilherme Boulos, the candidate supported by the President Lula, 28.63%. Okay, so as I told you, we need to observe, to pay attention these three candidates, because that's where the fight will take place more fiercely, right? But this is São Paulo. Let's see the rest of the capitals or the cities. Rio de Janeiro. Oh, so in São Paulo, guys, 30.69% of the machines all checked. In Rio de Janeiro, 29.99 of all the machines. We have Eduardo Paes, the current mayor, leading with 59.65% of the intentions, of the votes, sorry. Alexandre Ramagem from the PL party comes with 31.78% of all the votes. In Belo Horizonte, the capital of Minas Gerais, where I have a sister living, 10.52% of all the machines already verified, checked. We have 36.72% for Bruno Engler from the PL party, and 26.25% for Fouad Noman. Interesting name. Probably Arabic, no? And in third, we have Gabriel in Belo Horizonte, 12.20% of the votes. In Salvador, the capital of Bahia, 72% or 72.43% of all the machines have been checked already. This is very interesting, guys, because that means in some cities, things will be really fast. São Paulo has 13 million people, guys. You can imagine, right? And there are many small cities in São Paulo that are having elections today, where I was born, for instance, Guarulhos, also competing. So Salvador, we have Bruno Reis, 78.01%. He's from the party called União. Kleber Rosa, 11.17% of the votes. He's from PSOL, which is, if I'm not mistaken, a left-wing party. In Fortaleza, the capital of Ceará, 64.07% of all the machine, all 65 now, in real time, 65.98%. 40.21% of the votes is going to André Fernandes, and 34.57% is going to Evandro Leitão. 11.60% is going to José Sarto for the capital of Ceará, Fortaleza. And then we have Manaus. Manaus, guys, has 97.88% of all the machines already checked, in numbers of machines. Check it out. 3,838 of the voting machines have been checked, against 3,921 of all the total. So they are pretty close to wrap up the city. Manaus, capital of Amazonas, where the rainforest is located. Floresta Amazônica. Do you guys want to know any specific city? Let me know there, because I can read for you. Curitiba, Paraná, the first state in the south going from São Paulo. Eduardo Pimentel appears leading. He was behind Cristina Gremel, and now he's leading 32.96% of the votes against 31.95%. And we have 92%. This is going to be definitely a city with a runoff. We're going to have runoff probably in November. Recife, the capital of Pernambuco. Remember I told you about João Campos, the son of that politician who unfortunately died on a plane crash in São Paulo. 81.49% of the machines verified in Recife, checked in Recife. And we have João Campos with 77.65% against 14.08% for Gilson Machado. This one is definitely the first to run. He will win. Definitely. Porto Alegre, the capital of Rio Grande do Sul, where you guys saw the flooding taking place in Brazil. The last state border with Uruguay. 57.08% of the machines already checked. We have 48.95% going to Sebastião Melo, okay? And we have 26.71% going to Maria do Rosário. I think Maria do Rosário, she's from PT. If I'm not mistaken, is the woman that was the reason for a law to be created in Brazil to protect women against domestic violence. She suffered a lot and she became a symbol. So the government today Brazil has a law to protect women that are victims of crazy husbands, crazy boyfriends, crazy jerks who think women are object. I think it's because of this woman. She's got 26.71 against 48.95 of Sebastião Melo, right? I don't know if this is going to have a runoff. And we have Juliana Brizola, 20.08%. Goiânia, 81.05% of the machines already checked. São Luís, 89.78. Pretty soon, I'm going to come with the name of the victors or telling you if we have a runoff. Campo Grande, Mato Grosso do Sul, which is região centro-oeste, center-west. 99.58% of all the machines checked. 99.58. Adriane Lopes appears with 31.67% against Rose Modesto, 29.56%. And in third place, 25.95%. So we have two women here appearing with big chances of competing in the runoff in Campo Grande. Maceió, beautiful place. Take notes on this name. If you want to visit paradisic scenic beaches, scenic places, this is your name. Maceió, the capital of Alagoas. 65.72% of all the machines checked already. Teresina with 88%. Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, another name you should take notes. Beautiful place. 92.04% of all the machines. We'll probably have a runoff in Natal. João Pessoa, the capital of Paraíba, 98.83% of all the machines checked. We have Cícero Lucena with 49.19 and Marcelo Queiroga, 21.79. Cuiabá with 97. So fast, guys. We're approaching 2 hours of the end of the ballots, the end of the voting period. In 2 hours, we're almost reaching a resolution, an end, a result for each of the cities. That's very fast. I remember when I was a little boy, they counted votes. It took days, sometimes a week, for you to say who was the elected person. Not anymore. Not anymore. Oh, we have been in this live streaming for 1 hour and 33 minutes. If you're just arriving, welcome. As we traditionally do every year, I cover the elections in my country, but the most important ones, of course, okay? Basically, I cover everything because they are all important, actually. I cover this year, the mayor election, and in 2 years, I'm going to cover the one for president and for governor. So always important. Every 2 years, we have elections in Brazil. And just reminding you guys that they are mandatory. Do you have any questions? Participate, okay? Send me something there so that we can talk a little. It could be about anything. It doesn't have to be about politics, okay? Politics is just the background of this live, but you can ask me about other things as well. Aracaju, the capital of Sergipe, another northeastern state, 99.47% of all the machines have been checked already. And we have Emilia Correia from PL with 41.61% against Luiz Roberto, 23.87%. Third place, Iandra, 14.45%. Florianópolis with 87%. 88 changed right now. I was going to say they changed. 88.58%. Porto Velho with 99. Okay, Porto Velho, the capital of Rondônia, forgot to say. 99.49% of all the machines have been checked. Macapá, the capital of Amapá, 82.27%. I wanted to see if anybody's already. Oh yes, I was gonna tell you that I wanted to see if any city already had 100% in less than 2 hours. Vitória, the capital of Espírito Santo, we have an elected politician, Lorenzo Pasolini. I don't know if he was going for re-election, if he was already the mayor. I don't know. Let me see if I can check this. But he was elected. Lorenzo. Yes, mayor of Vitória. Okay. So yes, he was re-elected. So every time you have a re-election, that means people are enjoying the work, right? What these guys are doing. So Lorenzo Pasolini was re-elected, and look at the difference, guys. I repeat, Vitória, the capital of Espírito Santo, one of the 4 states of the Southeast. São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Minas Gerais, and Espírito Santo. So Vitória, the capital. He has been re-elected. Lorenzo Pasolini, 56.22% against João Couser, which is 15.62%. Big difference. Big. Rio Branco, the capital of Acre, 94.11% of the machines completed. And then we have Boa Vista, Roraima, 51, still halfway through. Palmas, Tocantins, 97.62. A lot of them are already very advanced. Very advanced. In São Paulo, we're reaching now 40.57% of all the machines checked. And look how interesting the fight has been in São Paulo. I told you this was going to be interesting. Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, 29.34% of all the votes. Okay? Second place now. No, second place? No. Yeah, second place. Oh, no. Okay, see how it's going to be complicated? First place now. Pablo Marçal, the former coach, 28.36%. 36 against 29. No, come on, my God. I need glasses. Or I'm being stupid. Forget it. Let me try again. Ricardo Nunes, 29.34% against 28.36% of Pablo Marçal. But in second, we have Guilherme Boulos, the left-wing candidate, with 29.08%. So first place so far, as of yet, 29.34% for the current mayor, Ricardo Nunes. 29.34%. Second place, Guilherme Boulos, 29.08%. 08 to 34. You see the difference? And in third place, Pablo Marçal with 28.36%. Right? And they are all in the 700,000 margin of votes. Okay? 700,000 votes place, or should I say realm, spectrum, whatever. Okay? So they are fighting vote by vote, as I had told you. In Rio de Janeiro, guys, 48 point. Wow, it has passed São Paulo now. São Paulo is with 40, Rio 48.93% of the machines. The difference has decreased because all the pre-election service they had, they saw that Eduardo Paes, the current mayor, was winning by a bunch. Now he's got 59.75% against 31.57 to Alexandre Ramagem. Not a big difference. The big difference go to the third place, which is just 4.09%. Second place, 31. Third place, 40.09. Big difference, right? Belo Horizonte is still 21. Okay, basically. Wow, it's incredible when you use computers, right, guys? They give you statistics of number of the civil status, right? The civil status of the people who voted. So married, divorced, they give you all the information. That's very interesting. Oh, I'd like to take a moment and I want to say that, Kevin, if you are watching this live streaming, all my support goes to you, all my prayers goes to you and your mother, okay? Kevin is a great friend of mine. He was with us during the live streaming, the fundraising for Rio Grande do Sul. You guys might remember him. He stayed with me for more than 2.5 hours from New York, from Brooklyn. He's going through some stuff in his family. So I just want to come here and say, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. And you guys are in my thoughts, okay? I couldn't help it but say this because I know what it is like to have a person who is sick in the family. I totally understand you. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, ask me, please. While I have my water time. I also want to say that I'm planning to have a few more videos this week. That it's not only gonna be Fortaleza. I'm gonna try to mix with other content, especially the ones for investments, because a lot of people who follow the channel like the apartments that I show. I wanna reinforce what I said last Wednesday. Unfortunately, the number of people watching was not big. All my fault because I didn't tell you guys in advance. I didn't uh, create the appointment on YouTube for you to be able to see. But I want to say that we were advertising that project called Heaven. This one here, right from Lavi and Yo, a British architecture office. Remember what I told you? If you saw my live streaming in front of this place, I said, guys, this is gonna melt. This is a way the brokers say when something is going to sell fast. And I was right. Even with a list of buyers, investors, there are people who will come out with nothing, unfortunately. You know why? Because some companies gave their names first and they bought more than 5 units. Crazy, crazy how fast they sold. I had a video planned with Sadio. I was gonna go to the showroom. We had settled this for last Monday. I was gonna go visit the showroom, show you guys like I always do. Why? I'm gonna go there, show the place, and you guys won't be able to buy anything because it's sold out. You had two companies selling this. Look at that, guys. So I just wanted to say, if you didn't watch the live streaming on Wednesday night, I'm telling you now, I'm sorry, but they sold everything. Unfortunately, no, fortunately, right? Because they sold everything. It's a tremendous success due to the location of the project, so close to Paulista, so close to many good hospitals. That was a perfect unit for you guys to buy and invest. Access to Marginal do Tietê that accesses the airport very fast. Look at that. This is on top of the building. See? So now, this week I will try to focus on another project. There's a project called Petra. Last time I checked, the square meter would come out for 14,000. It's even cheaper than this one, but it's really elegant. And it's in Brooklyn. Yes, there is a Brooklyn in São Paulo. So it's in Brooklyn. I'm going to try to make a video for you guys who are investors and are interested in buying Brazil. Bill is asking, how many times a week do you have açaí? That's a very good question. Lately, I'm gonna say that I've had every day lately, because we buy like a pot like this, right, with a lid and everything that is big, okay. And look, I keep in my freezer, and as the past few months have been hot, insanely hot, there are moments that I'm working here, writing my books, editing my videos. I'm gonna take a break for an açaí. And then I go take a break and I have an açaí and it's delicious. Normally I have açaí with condensed milk, peanuts, ground peanuts, banana, sliced, but oh my God. You can even put strawberries, morango, as we say in Portuguese. It's just delicious, Bill. Brazil is full of these traps for you to fall if you're trying to watch your weight. That's not my case. On the contrary, I have to eat more to try to, be stronger. But yeah, Brazil is a trap for you, man. If you're trying to watch your weight, you're gonna be in trouble in Brazil, definitely. Let's see if we have any updates. Oh, sorry, I'm pressing one button of a keyboard that is connected to another computer. Not many changes so far. Let's see here. Okay, here I have the bigger picture. So guys, São Paulo so far, 44.85% of all the machines checked. Ricardo Nunes is still leading the competition, 29.30%, 801,706 votes. Guilherme Boulos comes second with 29.18% of all the votes, 798,426 votes. Pablo Marçal from PRTB comes with 28.30%, 774,353 votes. So if the election ended now, we would have Ricardo Nunes versus Guilherme Boulos. Both have 29%, but the current mayor has got 30%, 29.30%, and Guilherme Boulos, a left-wing candidate, 29.18%, right? But we still have more than a half of all the machines, okay? 26,513 machines to be checked when just 11,891 machines have been checked. In Rio de Janeiro, the situation is like this: 53.90% of all the machines checked. Eduardo Paes is currently winning with 59.71 against 31.62% against Alexandre Ramagem. Big number, no? Look, the current mayor, he might be really good. 981,590 votes in his favor versus 519,831 votes. Guys, I'm talking about more than 400,000 votes difference. Do you know if Lavi has another upcoming ventures, and possibly where? Other than Petra, you're asking, Tisha. Have you heard about Petra? By the way, I have a video that I need to make, guys. Sometimes I want to bring so much content. I have a little. I'm not. No, I need to sit down here, make a video, and post. That's the secret. That this way the channel will grow. You guys will keep having information from me, so it's good. There's this project called Petra. It's amazing, amazing. It's in Brooklyn, a block away from the Brooklyn subway station, close to Faria Lima, close to you name it. Amazing place. Close to Moema, Vila Olímpia. Just the best places. Seriously. Other than that, Tisha, I'm not sure. But look, it doesn't have to be with Lavi. Remember, Célio has the condition of working with all the other companies. If you are asking just out of curiosity, okay, no problem. But now, if you want to invest, but none of what you see from Lavi is interesting, then no problem. You can send me a message. We can find something interesting for you is in another company. Guys, give me a minute. Let me just check on my daughter because, as I told you, my wife is traveling. It's just me and her here. Manu, you doing okay? What are you up to? Okay. Alone? Okay. Everything is okay, thank God. I had heard of Petra, but I was thinking that now that Heaven was completely sold. Yeah, as Heaven was completely sold, man. I'm gonna have to focus on another thing. Yes, Tisha, he has this ability because he has the document. I don't have it yet. This was a plan for this year. I'm not sure it's gonna happen anymore. It's a resolution for this year that I'm not gonna fulfill. But for next year, I wanna go have my own, become a broker myself. I think it's important. To better serve you guys, you know? But yes, if you're interested, you just have to send me a message and say, Mark, I have this to spend. I'm looking for that, possibly in these regions. And then we go after that. That's how it works. In case you're interested, not saying that you have to do it, okay, Tisha? When the time is right, when you think, oh, I know that sometimes you're asking because you want to know more, but that's okay. But if you really want, we can do this. And for all of you who are watching and you don't see anything interesting at La Vie, that's okay. I just work with La Vie because La Vie is very safe. Not saying that the others are not, but this one is really good. They are fast. They are the company that sells the most in Brazil. They appear on the newspaper, so it gives you some security when it comes to this kind of things. That's what I want to give you, right? The Petra project's amazing, but it's a high-end project. Even though the square meter was a little lower than the Heaven one, it's a high-end project. A proof of that is that they have this partnership with a Portuguese company that designs luxurious pieces of furniture. Even the bed that is in the most expensive suite in the world, which is in Las Vegas, they design it. The name of the company is this one. Let me write for you guys to learn more about it. Because I like to tell you things and prove. Oh, Boca do Lobo. This is the name of the company. Check their Instagram profile, check them on the internet, you'll see. They have handmade pieces of furniture. Nothing is made in numbers, industrialized. It's personalized. What do you want? Okay, I'm gonna do that for you. So the pieces are, you can imagine, out of this world and expensive as well. So for the first time, they have this partnership with a company, and the elected one in the whole world was La Vie, right? This tells you everything. From all the companies they could have a partnership with, they accepted La Vie, right? I want to share something interesting with you. If you guys don't follow my profile, I will tell you here because on Instagram, I mean. Something interesting I saw today. I don't remember to have seen this before. In São Paulo, the bus is free on Sundays. Every Sunday, all year long, okay? But today, the subway was also free. It was free of charge for all the people because of elections. So if you wanted to move to your school to vote, you didn't have to pay the subway. So I even made a short video I'm going to be posting soon because this is amazing. I think we have to talk about these things, right? Um, I have recently talked to a foreigner from a country I don't want to say because it's not good, but he was telling me they lack the basic things. Like I asked him for a proof of address, and he said, "Oh, we don't have this very often here. It's not like I can go to the internet and download." I said, "What? This is basic. Didn't have this." Right? Strange thing, you know. I don't know if it's this guy or his country, but he said, my country is a mess. A mess. So I think we have to praise the good things. I like the idea that the government says, okay, I'm gonna make the subway free so that people can reach their election posts and vote. I know a lot of people use this for other things. I could have done this. I went to the school to vote. I told Manu, let's go to Paulista Avenue, buy some stuff. She didn't want to. But I could have gone. I could have taken advantage of the fact that the whole day was free. Amazing. Amazing. You know? I think it brings some benefits that are basic for the population. Transportation. Fantastic, guys. Fantastic. Come on, hit me with questions. You guys are not interested in asking anything today, right? But if you are, I am here to answer. Just let me know what you want to ask me, and I am here. Let's check the polls. 44%, 44.85% of the machines checked. Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, 29.30, still the same. Still the same. Guilherme, the same. No changes. Pablo Marçal is 1 point behind Ricardo Nunes, exactly 1 point. Guilherme Boulos is just 0.12 behind Ricardo. So we have Ricardo, Guilherme, and Marçal in this sequence. In Rio de Janeiro, 53.9, no changes. Oh, now we have changes. I did it just to refresh the machine. In São Paulo, 62.31% of the machines all checked. We have Ricardo Nunes, 29.42. He was 29.30, now 29.42. Guilherme Boulos, 29.21. Marçal, 28.09. Marçal is still in third place. Okay. Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, is still leading. Second, we have Guilherme Boulos. And 62.31% of all the machines in São Paulo have been checked. In Rio, guys, look at that. In Rio, 93% of the machines have been checked. 93.66. Now we see the big margin of difference between the current mayor and the second place, the second candidate. As they had said during the whole run. Because they said, Eduardo Paes, the current mayor, will win in the first run. Probably. Because just to reach the 95% of all the machines, Rio de Janeiro is pretty close to state or to report that they have a mayor again, and it's the same guy. Because Eduardo Paes has 60.34% of all the votes. 60. Okay? In vote numbers, that is 1,768,307. 1,768,307. The second place is Alexandre Ramagem, 30.99% against 60. Yeah, it's gonna be for the first run. And he's got 908,327. And the third place is Tarcísio Mota, 4.16%, guys. Eduardo Paes is gonna get this one in the first run. In Belo Horizonte, just to give you a fast idea, 68.30%, probably gonna have a runoff. Bruno Engler, 34% against the 26 of Fuad Noma. Salvador, 95.41% of the machines. Definitely first run, guys. Salvador will very soon say, look, we have a mayor. Again, I don't know if Bruno Reis is being reelected, probably. Let me see. Bruno Reis, Salvador. They are already saying that he has been reelected. Yes. Yeah, because look, there is no chance the second candidate, the second place would overcome. 95%, there's no chance. 95.41% of all the machines. And in Salvador, the capital of Bahia, 78.51% of Bruno Reis, the current mayor, is reelected. Even though CNN Brazil system here doesn't say that. It should have. But it doesn't say that. It's 78.51 against 10%. It's a crushing difference. Crushing. Fortaleza, Ceará, 97.19% of all the machines. We have André Fernandes with 40% against 34.30% for Evandro Leitão. Third place, José Sarto, just 11%. 97%, 40 against 34. This is going to go to the runoff. Manaus, 99.59% of all the machines checked. 32 versus 24. I think it's runoff. Let's see more. Curitiba, 100%. Curitiba is done. They have checked all the 4,022 machines. Curitiba, we have the result. 33.51% for Eduardo Pimentel against 31.17%. We're going to have a runoff, right? João Campos is re-elected the mayor of Recife, the capital of Pernambuco. Why am I saying that? 99.88% of the machines checked. The guy has 78.11% versus 13.90 to Gilson Machado. Crushing difference. Re-elected. Let me see if this is bigger than Bahia. In Bahia, 78.51 versus 10.59. João Campos, 78.11 versus 13. Now, in Bahia is more, but it's very similar. Look, Recife, 78.11 versus 13.90. Incredible. Re-elected. Let me just get the confirmation from other media. João Campos. Yeah, re-elected. Votação, record voting. Yes, 78%. Like the whole population said, no, this guy is doing a great job. 78.11%. In Recife, we have a mayor again, and it's the same guy. Porto Alegre, 99.89% of all the votes, 49.72 to Sebastião Melo versus 26.27. I don't know if this difference is enough to call it. Segundo turno. Segundo turno in Portuguese and English means runoff. Yes, they're going to go to runoff. I think the margin, the difference has to be bigger than the second plus the third place for you to call it, for you to say, no, it's the first run. In Belém do Pará, guys, 100% of the machines have been checked. Let's see, Igor, if this is enough to say he got Igor Belém. Belém terá segundo turno. Yeah, it's gonna have a runoff. In Belém, the capital of Pará. Igor versus delegado Éder Mauro. In São Paulo, that's for sure. As sure as death in Texas, as they say. 99.90% of Goiânia has been checked. 31 versus 27. So Fred and Mabel will have a runoff. São Luís do Maranhão, 98.71% already. Look at this difference. There are some cities that had a crushing difference. Eduardo Braide, 70.01% versus 22.62%. He got on the first run. Eduardo Braide. Let me just confirm. If he was probably the current Eduardo Braide. Yes. São Luís do Maranhão. Wow, crushing. So that shows the level of approval these guys are having, no? The current mayors. And that didn't happen in São Paulo. Some people will say the guy is good. Some other people will say, no, we need a change. It didn't happen in São Paulo. Campo Grande, 99.91% of all the machines checked. 31 versus 29. We're going to have a runoff in Campo Grande. Maceió, the capital of Alagoas, 97. Wow. Houston, we have the biggest fighter here. 97.78% in Maceió voted for JHC. JHC is the name of the guy. They are the initials of his name. 83.36% versus Rafael Brito, 12%. JHC Maceió is, let's see if he was probably, João Henrique Caldas, it's his name, JHC. Reeleito prefeito. So he is re-elected the mayor of Maceió, the beautiful capital of Alagoas. And he is a right-wing politician. 83.36 versus 12.66. That's incredible. In Piauí, Teresina, the capital, 96.71. It's 52 versus 43, so we're going to have a runoff. In Natal, runoff as well. João Pessoa, na Paraíba, the capital of Paraíba, beautiful city, I've already told you. 49 versus 21, but yes, we're going to have a runoff in Paraíba. In Mato Grosso, Cuiabá, also runoff. So the elections will continue in many places. Sergipe, 100% runoff. Florianópolis, 100%. 58 versus 22. It's not confirmed, but I think it's enough to call it. Let me see. Topázio, Florianópolis. Reeleito prefeito de Florianópolis. Wow, a lot of mayors, guys, are winning on the first run. A lot of mayors. I repeat, they are showing that their job is being approved by the population. Look at that, 58.49 versus 22.23. Florianópolis is the capital of Santa Catarina, the second state in the south. I know the city, it's beautiful. Too bad I didn't have a channel when I visited, because it's beautiful. I intend to go there again. Porto Velho, where is not beautiful in Brazil, right? Let's just stop saying that. Porto Velho. So Rondônia, we have 99.66, 44 versus 25. I think it's runoff here. Wow, no, remember, every time I check, you guys, we have a new fighter versus beating the contender. I told you that up until that point, the biggest guy was in Maceió, JHC, 83.33% versus 12. Look at this. No, yeah, he continues. But look at this in Florianópolis. Florianópolis, no. Let me come back here. 83.36 versus 12 in Maceió. Crushing number, 83. And here in Macapá, 85.06 versus 9.80%. So Dr. Furlan, probably re-elected I don't know if he was the current mayor. Wow, almost 100% of the population said, no, this guy has to continue. My God, record-breaking. The mayor of Macapá, 84.52% of the votes. No, 85.06. Incredible. Rio Branco, the capital of Acre, 99. We're going to have a runoff. I told you about Vitória, right? Lorenzo is reelected. Boa Vista, 75 versus 22. Boa Vista, Roraima. Wow. Incredible how the numbers are stupid. Strong, right? Ignorant, strong. We say that in Portuguese, sorry, in English, and it's not the same. When I say stupid, ignorant is harsh, 75.20 versus 22. Arthur Henrique, probably re-election. Arthur Henrique. Boa Vista. Yes. Mayor. He was the current mayor, reelected. In Palmas, the capital of Tocantins, close to Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, we're going to have a runoff. Interesting. You guys sleeping there with all this information? Two hours and 14 of live streaming. And in São Paulo, we have 62.31% of all the machines checked. Let me refresh the page. Yes, 62.31% of all the machines checked. The situation in São Paulo is 29.42% for Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor. Second place, 29.21% for Guilherme Boulos. Third place, 28.09% for Pablo Marçal. You don't see this anywhere else in Brazil. São Paulo has had a very fierce competition between these three candidates. In Rio de Janeiro, we can definitely claim that Eduardo Paes will remain as the mayor because he's so far 95% of all the machines have been checked. In Rio is fast because of the size of the city compared to São Paulo. There are 12,218 machines in Rio. In São Paulo, 26, more than double. 26,513 machines in São Paulo. So in Rio, 95% of all the machines have been checked with 2 hours and 33 minutes of checking. Eduardo Paes, 60.34%. 60.34 versus 30.99. I think I can call it. Eduardo Paes. I think I can call it. Yes, we can call it. The media is already saying this. Eduardo Paes is reelected on the first run. He's going for his fourth mandate, and he becomes the record-breaking mayor of Rio de Janeiro. The guy must be really good. I wonder what he's doing there that is making people so happy. I'd like to hear that from Cariocas. What is he doing that is making him such unanimous, you know? In Belo Horizonte, 68% of the machines. Salvador, 95%, but Salvador we already know. So a lot of capitals have already decided what they want for their cities. Some of them will have runoffs. Some others, I don't remember any other election where the mayors were so well approved like in this one. The current mayors. That is not happening in São Paulo, but it's happening in many other capital cities in Brazil, but in São Paulo, no. São Paulo, a part wants change, another part wants to change the system, go to the left, and another part wants to remain with the current mayor. It's very interesting. You guys have any questions? I'm tired of being sitting here. I can see just 5 people is at least appears as watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you don't, I think I will call it a night because I still have to work on the editing of the video for tomorrow. I never stop, you know this. Wow, okay, look, 93%. The numbers have changed while I was talking to you guys. 93.73% of all the machines have been checked. 29.59 went to Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, versus 28.95 to Guilherme Boulos. Guys, they're gonna compete. We have still 7% of the machines. I will wait until the end of São Paulo here, the end of the checking São Paulo, because it's gonna be interesting. They're gonna fight vote by vote, as I told you. But the fight is not. Yes. No, the fight is. I think Ricardo Nunes is already. Only if something really big happens here. Ricardo Nunes is already one of the guys for the runoff. The second one, the second vacancy is being competed between Pablo Marçal versus Guilherme Boulos. Because Guilherme Boulos has got 28.95% and Pablo Marçal has got 28.19. So 19 to 95, this is the difference. Guilherme Boulos 1,655,499 votes versus 1,612,009 votes. So 655,000 to Guilherme Boulos, 612,000 to Pablo Marçal. So 28.95 versus 28.19. Vote by vote, my friend. Vote by vote, this one. In Rio, already decided. Belo Horizonte, we're going to have runoff. Fortaleza, I've already told you. So let's wait a little bit more, right? We've been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Wake up, people. Hello. I know it's boring, but stay with me. Don't sleep. Write me something. Ask me whatever you want to ask. I'm here. Okay? I'm here to talk to you guys. You don't have to ask me things about the politics only. You can ask me things about Brazil. I'm going to be here to answer. Thank you very much for each and every one of you who have been here with me. It doesn't matter if it was from the beginning of the streaming, but it's still here with me. Thank you very much. Remember to smash the like button. No, here, smash the like button. Don't forget to write anything. It's important. And it's been a pleasure, guys. I wish we had as many people as we do on Wednesday nights as well. Remember, Wednesdays, the live streaming happens at 8 p.m. And it's just 1 hour because I have classes before and after that. So from 8 until 9, I'm going to be here live to talk to you about everything and anything that concerns Brazil. There are many things happening. We have a Brazilian Superman now. If you are a nerd, if you like comic books, we have a Brazilian Superman. Yeah, DC Comics doesn't cease to please the Brazilian fans, you know. Gringo here, Dave Victoria. Gringo here with a Brazilian esposa. Why do you think the undecided vote was so high this time? Undecided where, my friend? You mean those that vote in nobody? I don't know these numbers. Look, if you're asking about São Paulo, man, I kind of understand, you know, because there are some. São Paulo has a 10% voter turnout who voted undecided. Yeah, I think, Dave. First of all, thanks for this interesting question. I think it's because of the things we have seen. First of all, this Ricardo Nunes is not unanimous. Like, it's not the same as it happened with the other mayors. I don't know how long you've been here watching with me, but I have just shown or mentioned a lot of mayors that had crushing numbers in many different cities. In São Paulo, it's more polarized, right? I mean, spread out, I would say, actually. Because it's a big city, 13 million people. People will think different. And unless the guy is, we say, out of the curve. I don't know if you can say that in English. which is not the case of Ricardo Nunes. Ricardo Nunes, some people say, he's okay. Do you like him? Uh, he's okay. I don't see any big changes with this guy, but I don't see anything bad. Other people say, oh, I can see what he's doing here or there, but he's going too slow. Some other things that the city hall does takes time for you to see the results. So a lot of people will think the guy is not working. Not defending, I'm just saying that I have seen some interesting things he has done, but there are so many other things that I'm critical about. So, like me, there are so many other Paulistas, people who are from São Paulo, who think the same. Like, oh, come on, a city like ours needs more speed, more energy, and you are not showing this. We have some very complicated uh, uh, points in São Paulo that need to be addressed, like homelessness, thefts, like cell phone thefts. So these kind of things need to be paid attention to, you know. And some people will say, yeah, but Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, works with alongside the governor, and he is trying, or who's trying to present solutions for a lot of things. But other people say, no, we need a new name. First of all, Ricardo Nunes was not elected. He just replaced a deceased mayor. So he was not there because people wanted him. People didn't even know he existed before the death of Bruno Covas. So I believe this is the reason. Some people are not happy because they are not seeing some plausible changes in the city, right? Um, some other people will say, we need somebody faster. We need somebody who really shows what he's doing. Ricardo Nunes is more quiet, I think. Um, we got a lot of information from him now that he is um, competing. And also, the governor came public to say, hey, this guy helps me a lot. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have approved half of the things that I have had the approval thanks to him, like the expansion of the subway, the changing of the government house to the downtown area, because it's gonna leave Morumbi and it's gonna go to São Paulo downtown, because he wants to address the homelessness, the security problem, because the downtown area, it's a beautiful location. Think about Austria. When you go to Vienna, for example, you see everything preserved. We want this here. We can't even compare, you know. We want the same. We want people to be sitting on the grass downtown, getting a sun bath like they do in Vienna, like they do in many cities in Europe. And this, we feel that the downtown area is abandoned, you know. So the government of São Paulo, uh, with Tarcísio, he is saying, no, we have already approved changing the headquarters of the government to the downtown area. So we're going to revitalize the area. New buildings will come. I have seen the project, Dave. It's beautiful. I'm going to make a video about this on the channel. It's beautiful. It's been approved. They have already selected the architecture company that is going to work on the renovation of the place. They're going to tear down many buildings, put a new incredible building that is going to have the governor. And with this, more police, more investment, because now he's saying that companies are bidding to get other buildings close to the government. So, and he attributes this possibility to Ricardo Nunes. So that's why some people are preferring to vote on him. Other people prefer to change, like the other two candidates. Let me check the updates. I hope I have answered your question. Or I hope I haven't bitten around the bush, as you guys say, right? Just like politicians do when they are asked something. Let's see the situation now, guys. Do we have fresh numbers? I hear some people say that they are tired of going for a candidate and getting disappointed at them, you know? I talked to a guy today, oh, I haven't voted in years, you know? Marçal seemed to be doing so well. How do you think he fell so far? Why do you think? Marçal is a controversial guy, right? I didn't know Marçal. Actually, I heard of him because of his work as a coach. I think he attracted crowds to his course and everything. And I don't know. I think he entered this competition, and I said this at the beginning of the live streaming. Uh, uh, he said that he was wearing a mask. He was playing a character because he said, if I didn't do this, at least I heard some people say, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't have chances against the other two giants because they are funded by the parties and my party is small. So I need to call the attention somehow. Pure and sheer marketing, basically. But this is dangerous, because you can either call a lot of attention or a lot of hatred, you know? So what happened was this. Um, he started really well, but throughout the process, he said and did things he shouldn't have, right? I think he forced his way too much. And now, I don't know, this is becoming visible in the numbers. I lost the numbers here, guys. I lost the numbers. It was going so well. Let me see if I can get another one. CNN Brazil. I'm changing the media now because CNN Brazil, for some reason. Belo Horizonte, we're going to have runoff. I want to see the numbers in São Paulo now because São Paulo was crazy. I think in São Paulo it's already decided. Let's see. 96? No, it was bigger than that. Oh, damn it. Okay, I go back. Let's see the numbers in São Paulo now. Just waiting for the site to update. It says here it's just 62%. It's not. Yeah, now look, if this scenario confirms Ricardo Nunes versus Guilherme Boulos, the candidate from Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, now uh, his popularity will be tested now because it's just going to be the two of them. And historically, PT has a problem with the city of São Paulo, the city and the state. It's not a state that normally elects left wing candidates. It happens. It has already happened many times before. But it's not as easy as they would win other cities or states in Brazil. Even Lula said this one day. São Paulo is always something to deal with because it's not that easy, you know? It hasn't updated here, guys. 1 second. I think the website is probably crashing. I can hear my voice now. Yeah, the website is crashing. Oh, yes, good. 97.19%. We have, yeah, I think there's no way Marçal will beat this guy anymore. Take a look. 97.19% of all the machines have been checked. That is 25,767 machines out of 26,513 machines. So it's pretty close. So far, we have 29.54% to Ricardo Nunes, 29% to Guilherme Boulos. If I go to another media and I put eleições São Paulo, let's see if somebody can call it. No, nobody's calling it. Yeah, vote by vote, guys, as I had told you. Yeah, nobody's calling it. It's still very tight, you know? It's not gonna be that easy. They're gonna count one by one and hope on one by one to turn the table here. For me, apparently no, it's clear. For me, Ricardo Nunes, the current mayor, is already the first vacancy, the first guy to go to the runoff. So now the competition is between Marçal and Guilherme Boulos, right? Guilherme Boulos has an advantage of almost 1% because he's got 29.02% versus 28.14 from Pablo Marçal. So, and 97.50% now of all the machines checked. Wow. Just so you understanding numbers, Guilherme Boulos has got 1,728,513 votes. Pablo Marçal, 1,676,393 votes. So a little less than 100,000, right? Little less than 100,000 votes, guys. Wow. Rio de Janeiro, it's already defined. Everybody predicted this would happen. Even if you look at the thumbnail of my video here, of this live streaming, I put these three candidates up front because I knew it would be between them, among them, right? It would be the fight would be among them. Datena, the guy from TV, 1.83%. Datena received 109,130 votes. Tabata do Amaral received 9.93% of the votes. That is 591,404. Marina Helena from Novo, 1.38%. 82,454 votes. So let's see how long it's gonna take for the end of this. I think this is probably one of the most competitive runs we have had in the city of São Paulo. Because Marçal made a lot of noise, you know. If you see the videos of the debates, he has made a lot of noise and attracted a lot of people. No changes as of yet. Okay, changes now. 97.71% of the machines have been checked. 25,907 machines out of 26,513 machines. The situation in São Paulo is 29.53% of the votes to Ricardo Nunes, 29.02 to Boulos. Eita, what happened? Gee, the website is bugging because it put all the Rio de Janeiro information in São Paulo now. Okay, 29.02 to Guilherme Boulos and Pablo Marçal 28.13. So, yeah, he's not gonna beat Guilherme now. Well, don't know. Less than 3% of the machines to be checked. It's gonna be until the last to vote. Incredible. And which is incredible is that we are reaching almost 3 hours of live streaming. So thank you very much for being with me up until now. 2 hours, 43 minutes here, sitting on this chair. So I gotta say, I don't know if I'll be able to go until the end. I think I'll leave you guys here. I need to eat something and also work on the video for tomorrow because I don't want you guys to be another week without videos. So I'm going to talk about this on my Instagram if you guys follow me. If you don't, Brazil.unsubtitled. Follow me there. I'm going to be mentioning who is going to compete against Ricardo Nunes. Apparently, it's going to be Guilherme Boulos, but let's see, because as I told you, it's going to be an interesting competition up until the end. So, guys, I'm gonna leave you here. I need to take a look at my daughter. She's alone with me here. Thank you very much for being up until now. Uh, Thank you, Tisha, for all the support. Thank you for the super chat you have sent to the channel. God bless you and give you 7 times more than what you give us. Okay, guys? Thank you for each and every one of you. Bill, thank you. I hope to see you guys more often here. Hope you guys enjoy the content of the channel. There's a lot of video to binge watch. If you haven't, if you're new around here, go check the videos. There are videos about culture, videos about documents in Brazil, videos about investment in properties, basically everything. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm leaving and I'll see you soon. Bye bye, guys.